All right, let's get to some Waffle football. It's week 11, Thursday night football, Riverhogs versus the Antlers. Here's Deshaun Watson on 3rd and 8. The Antler defense pummels them to the ground, forces the fumble. Antlers are going to pick this one up in the red zone. 3rd and 6, Josh Allen. He likes to tuck it and run and leaps over the goal line for the score. Antlers up. Now here's the other Josh Jacobs. Clear running lanes, gets him all the way down to the 6. And then on 3rd and goal, screen pass. Puka Nacua slips out of a tackle and runs for the end zone. 14 zip. Antlers up in the 2nd. Now Allen meets Aaron Donald. Not once, but twice. Riverhog defense swarming. So they're on a drive. Watson back at the end zone. 2 feet are down. Joshua Palmer, clutch catch. We have a game again, 14-7. Now read option. Antlers, huge gain. Josh Allen won't go down after the first tackle. Second tackle brings him near the red zone. Then in the goal line situation, Josh Jacobs goes up the gut. Easy score, 21-7. More read options. Allen is running wild and plowing over the linebacker to get in to score. 28-7 in the 4th. Riverhogs running out of time. Oh, and this interception's gonna seal it. The Antlers win 28-7. Total control the entire game. Not a big passing day, but big running for the Antlers. Now we go to Buenos Aires, the Nighthawks versus the Shamrocks. Shams ball, CJ Stroud back to pass. He's bombing it deep downfield, but it's incomplete. Flag on the play. Jalen Ramsey, you did it. So now Shamrocks get the ball in the red zone. Stroud to Dotson. We've seen it all year long. Touchdown Shamrocks, 7-0. Driving, about to score again, but Jadeveon Clowney stops them in their tracks. So the Shamrocks are going to get held to a field goal. 10-0 is the score. Make it 12-0. Bryce Young dropping way back. Safeties himself, basically. 12-0. Nighthawks get the ball back. Hunter Renfrow with the catch. So they're not out of it. 15-7 in the 3rd. CJ Stroud, how does he fit this ball in there? And the escape from Sky Moore gets the Champs a touchdown. 22-10. Nighthawks down 12. Bryce Young finds Amon-Ra St. Brown. When in doubt, go to the Sun God. 22-17. The Nighthawks are going to need an onside kick, and it bobbles around. That's as close as we've gotten all year. It looks like the Nighthawks had it, but the Shamrocks hold on. 22-17 final score. Bryce Young outdueling Stroud in the loss. Now let's head to Toronto. The Thunderbirds versus the Mounties. Mountie ball. Aaron Rodgers. He's attacked by a flock of Thunderbirds. Max Crosby in on the fumble recovery. And so Tannehill throwing to Mike Evans for the score. Sure-handed back of the end zone. 7-0. Thunderbirds with the ball back again. But Tannehill throw is undercut by Darius Slay. So the Mounties will have the ball and turn that turnover into points. 10-3 in the 3rd. Tannehill rolling right. Pass complete. They're going to set up for a field goal of their own. They're going to chip in 2 of them, 16-3. Thunderbird defense all over Rodgers, Sebastian Joseph Day. And then 3rd and 12. Mounties running out of time. Pass complete. Devin Duvernay moving the chains. Now Rodgers, 1st and 10, throwing across the middle. Another catch. McLaurin, 3rd and 4. Drive. Gets over the goal line. Kareem Hunt barely. So we have a 6-point lead. They just need a stop, but they can't get it. The Thunderbirds are going to roll down the time to 0. A punt return miracle is what the Mounties need, but they can't get that either. 16-10. Thunderbird upset. They're now 7-3 and looking like a real contender. Now we head to Aviators Blues in Memphis. The Blues have been rolling lately. Russell Wilson down the sideline. Jacoby Myers 2 feet in. Great grab. Now in the red zone. Wilson going right back to Myers. Corner of the end zone. Double covered. 2 great catches on that drive. Blues with the lead. But the Aviators fire right back. Jordan Love to Zach Ertz. And Ertz just plows his way through a crowd of Blues. How did he escape for the score? Then in the 3rd, Russell Wilson looking downfield. He's intercepted. Aviator defense comes up clutch. It's Marcus Peters who might house this one, but he's tackled at the 2. So Aviators first and goal. They're going to hand it off. Jamal Williams, easy score. 17-10, Aviators lead. Wilson throwing this one deep. Stephon Diggs gets behind the defense. Leaping defenders can't touch him. This game is tied. Aviator ball now. Jordan Love back to pass. Throws it out quick to Jamar Chase, who beats his man and then gets tackled down at the 4. The drive will stall right there, but they take the lead and hang on to it. We have just a few seconds left in the game. Russell Wilson heaves up a Hail Mary. It's short of the goal line, but some pushing and shoving is going to give them an extra life. Field goal is good, so we're headed to OT where the Blues on a 3rd and 10 go screen out to Diggs, but they can't convert, so Aviators ball. Love throws down the sideline, pass caught, but there's a flag on the play. They're backed way up to the 40. They're going to settle for a field goal with the game on the line. Justin Tucker hits the 57-yarder. Aviators pull the upset over the Blues, perhaps the best team in the Waffle, toppled. Now in Anchorage, the Huskies host the Sentinels. In the first, Herbert back to pass. The Huskies are down 3. Oh, and he is thrown down miles behind the line of scrimmage. Takes a bad sack, so 3rd and 24. Herbert under pressure yet again. Back-to-back sacks. There's Uche. So the Sentinels getting the ball at midfield, but Dobbs is under pressure. So there's Browning getting to the quarterback. It's been sacks all quarter until Dobbs connects. Michael Pittman, who slips by 2 defenders to get to the end zone. Poor tackling, so 10-3. Dobbs throwing, rolling, and finding the other team. It's Kyle Hamilton who had the ball thrown right to him. So Huskies take over, but they're facing a 4th and goal from the 1. It's Herbert to Smith. Game tied at 10 in the 3rd. Herbert again getting into field goal range. The kick will give them the lead going into the 4th, so 13-10 Sentinels. They're converting on a 4th and 1. They barely get it. Now Dobbs, play action. Under pressure, sets him way back. Devon Hamilton comes up with the big sack. So Huskies converting on 3rd and 7. Sentinels use all their timeouts. A late second field goal to rub it in. 16-10. The Huskies pull away. Now we head to Austin. The Armadillos and the Monarchs squaring off. In the first, Armadillo ball, Goff. He's going to loft one deep down to Brandon Cooks for the huge gain. Then handoff up the middle. Brenton Strange with the first touchdown of the game. But then Monarchs right back. It's Lamonarch Jackson to his back. Kenneth Walker. 16-7 now in the 3rd. Monarchs, field goal after field goal, has extended this lead. They finally punt it. Khalif Raymond fields it. Breaks 2 tackles. Sheds them both off, and he is gone off to the races. Speed on display. Rockets right to the end zone. Now it's just a 2-point game in the 4th. Kenneth Walker trucking over defenders, getting the first down and into field goal range. Monarchs' 5th field goal of the game makes it a 5-point game, 22-17. But Goff to Deontay Johnson, sheds the defender, and he scores. Armadillos take the 1-point lead. They're going for 2, but Breece Hall is stuffed. So the Monarchs, they have another chance. 15 seconds to go. 3rd and 1, nearly intercepted. 4th and 1 now. Lamar Jackson throws. Keenan Allen gets the first down, falling forward. 4 seconds to go. Last play of the game. Lamonarch Jackson, pass complete, but he goes out of bounds. Horrible play call for the final play of the game. Monarchs lose it. Now we go to Dreadnots Oilers in San Antonio. Dreadnots ball. Geno Smith's going play action pass to Isaiah McKenzie inside the red zone. 3rd and 9 now. Geno rolling right, throwing off his back foot. Out of bounds. They'll get the field goal. Now Oilers. Will Levis throwing, pass complete, 1st and goal. Now 3rd and goal. To the end zone. Pass is dropped, so field goal. We're tied at 3. Now Dreadnoughts in the 2nd. Geno Smith to CeeDee Lamb across the middle. Now to 25. Smith looking to pass again. This time it's to Tyler Boyd inside the 10-yard line. 2nd and goal. Minute to go in the first half. Intercepted. Kazir White trying to take it out of the end zone. Maybe a mistake. But Dreadnought's going to get the ball back. Still tied in the 3rd. CeeDee Lamb breaks loose for a big gain. Then 2nd and 10 in the red zone. Gino can't throw it away. Sacked by Hubbard just in time. So 3rd and 18. He's going to try the same thing again. Scramble around, get sacked for a 20-yard loss. Eric Armstead in there. 2nd and 5 now for the Oilers. Levis coughs it up. He's sacked. And Perry and Winfrey is there to scoop it up and rumble on home for the score. So offenses aren't working. Defenses step up for the score. 10-3. Little bubble screen to Boyd, getting him closer to the end zone. Tacking on 3 more. So down 10. The Oilers need a big play. They got one. Levis pushing the ball downfield, landing at the 10. Then 3 minutes to go. Levis to Justin Jefferson. We have a 3-point game. 13-10. Oilers just need a stop. They burned all their timeouts. But Ezekiel Elliott cuts right through the defense, ending their hopes of winning. Dreadnots get this one 13-10 while only scoring on D. Now to Orlando. The Orbits taking on the Redwoods. Redwoods are up 3-0 in the first. Orbits ball. Jalen Hurts takes a big sack. Dafe Owe, big couple of weeks, gets a sack there, and then Hurts rifles one down the middle. Sack doesn't matter because OBJ saves the day with the touchdown, catch and run. So Orbits, they're up 7-3, but the Redwoods, they have Derrick Henry. They toss it out to him. He's rumbling forward. Now in the goal line, they're going right back to him. So the Redwoods, they're going back up 10-7. Orbits ball. Hurts. Another laser throw down the middle, and then Juwan Johnson dragging 3 defenders to the end zone. Orbits 14, Redwoods 10. Baker, he's buying time in the pocket, but Shaq Barrett chases him down, tackled near the goal line. So the Orbits are going to get this ball back in good field position. Jalen Hurts to Jordan Addison is the score, 21-10. Derrick Henry getting the ball back. Great run, shrugs a man off with the stiff arm. Defenders leaping and missing. Great rushing. That's going to lead to a field goal. So we have a 1-score game, and the Redwoods get the ball back. So down 8. The 3rd down screen to Derrick Henry gets a couple of yards, but come up 5 short on 4th. They punt it away. Orbits on 3rd and 1. The conversion is good. Redwoods out of timeouts. Orbits win this one 21-13. Hurts 3 touchdowns passing. The Black Knights and the Dragons are back for a rematch in London. The first one saw the Black Knights absolutely boat race the Dragons, but here the Dragons are moving the ball. Kyler Murray to Adam Thielen, 1st down. Now 3rd and goal. Kyler Murray, the baby Dragon, with time in the pocket and time to scramble. Defenders leaping and missing. They come up 3 yards short, 4th and goal. So London up 3, but London with the ball. Handoff, Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon explodes through a pile of defenders. The Dragons can't catch him. Joe Mixon with a great run. How did he make it through that scrum? Dak loves that. So London up 7-3. Now London's ball. Intercepted by London. Is this confusing yet? Devin White jumps in front of that one. So Black Knights with the ball back in the 3rd. Dak throwing. Pass is caught. Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Dak now going back to Kelce. Black Knights go up 20-6, now 23-6 in the 4th. It's a 4th and 9 to stay alive. Hit as he throws, but Kyler Murray completes the pass to DJ Moore. Now 3rd and 4, 2 minutes to go. Stepping up in the pocket, the 1st down line is just a quick scamper away, but he won't run. He takes the sack. 4th and 5, minute 30. They keep the drive alive, tackled at the 8-yard line, 4th and goal, under a minute. Murray's going to roll left, throw to the back of the end zone, but the receiver can't hang on. Final score 23-6. The Black Knights are the undisputed champions of London. Now we go to Melbourne, Australia. Bulls versus Desperados. Bulls ball, Tua, back to pass. Actually, he's going to run. Kind of ping-pongs off a few defenders, comes up just a yard short, so they're kicking it. 3-0 Bulls. Now Desperados ball. Trey Lance going all the way around the defense, nearly getting the 1st after running 20 to get 7. Then Desperado ball. It's Trey to Trey. Lance to McBride for the 1st. Lance again, play action. Has a wide open receiver, Corey Davis, catching touchdowns all year long. The man's retired. Now 2nd and 5. Bulls down 4. DeAndre Swift has an opening. and is brought down eventually at the 27. Now Tua, 2.5 minutes to go. Down the sideline, Kadarius Toney. How did he squeak out of that one? Touchdown, Bulls, 10-7. Back to the Desperados, and Trey Lance throwing on the move. Tough throw and catch. Deebo Samuel comes down with that one. Now 3rd and 11 in the 4th. Desperados still down 3. Ashton Davis and a swarm of Bulls. Not a swarm, a stampede. I don't know. The Bulls sacked him. Now Tua. It's a draw. Cordarrelle Patterson plowing ahead. 2nd and 6. Under 2 minutes to go. The running game is working. 2 hands on the ball. DeAndre Swift seals the game. They run out the clock. Low scoring defensive struggle won by the Bulls. 10-7. Now we head to Columbus, Ohio. Caps versus Snowhawks. Snowhawks moving the ball early. Trevor Lawrence zips it to Sterling Shepard for the score. Now it's the Caps ball on a 3rd and 6. Mahomes slings it out right. Alec Pierce hauls it in. 1st and 10 now at the 13. Play fake. And then Evan Ingram in the end zone. In stride, 7-7. Snowhawks ball. Trevor Lawrence moves in the pocket and throws. And he's intercepted. Nate Hobbs came out of nowhere to pick it off. And Hobbs is not going down easily. There he is. The ball just a little off target. So Caps, they're driving now. 3rd and 5. Mahomes rolling out. Evan Ingram is there for his 2nd score of the day. 17-10. Now Snowhawks, they're not dead yet. Lawrence to Jackson Smith and Jigba for the game-tying score. 17-17. Now Snowhawks with the ball. Jalen Carter nearly safeties Lawrence, so they're going to punt, and that's blocked. And it's caught by Logan Wilson in midair. There it is, right off the top of the helmet, and it's caught for a touchdown. And so with just a few seconds left, Lawrence has to heave a prayer. It's going up. There's a crowd near the goal line. And the ball hits the ground. Snowhawks are going to lose it on a wild punt block. Caps go on to 6 and 5. They win 24-17. Now in Salt Lake City, the Elks taking on the Tokyo Tigers. Tigers ball. Hendon Hooker back to throw. Going towards the sideline, getting a 1st down into the red zone on 3rd and 4. Hooker trying to scramble. He gets sacked. The ball comes out. Jermaine Johnson causes it. So the Tigers settle for the field goal, up 3-0. Elks with the ball, and Anthony Richardson is picked off in the middle of the field. Marshawn Lattimore contorting his body and intercepting that one. They're going to get the ball back, and Richardson's going to run it. Powerful running, stiff arm, gets in the 1st. Nearing the end of the half, Richardson throws to the sideline, 2 feet in bounds. We have a penalty that's going to keep it from scoring the touchdown. 3-3. We're tied up. Elks with the ball in the 3rd. Richardson's got room to run all the way to the end zone, leaping ahead and taking the lead. 10-3. Elks on offense yet again. Richardson looks like he's going to run. He pulls up and zips one all the way downfield. Now we're nearing the red zone. Handoff. Bijan Robinson coughs it up. Just a costly fumble in field goal range at the very least for the Elks, so they missed out on some points. Now in the 4th, Richardson throwing back over the middle, double covered, intercepted by Roger McCreary, so the Tigers have a chance. And Dameon Pierce plows ahead for the game-tying rushing touchdown. 10-10 Elks. The draw is working, but another fumble. The man who never fumbles fumbled twice in a row. So the Tigers are getting a 4th, 5th, 6th chance. And Hooker rolling right, throwing left across his body. Christian Kirk hauls it in and gets them the lead. Now it's the Elks who need a miracle, and Jalen Waddle catches this one in the middle of the field. But is it too late? 20 seconds left. Back to Waddle for the 1st, but they can't get out of bounds. 2-1. Swatted away at the buzzer. Tigers defense leading the way. Final score 20-10. Now we go to the Waffles best and brightest. Lumberjacks 1-9. Pioneers 2-7. Mac Jones back in for the Lumberjacks, and he is slinging it early to Noah Fant. who is off for the score. The pass goes 69 yards. They're up 7-0. Now the Pioneers are driving. They toss it out to Javonte Williams. Great blocking on the play. Javonte Williams virtually untouched. So the Lumberjacks, they're going to toss it to their back, Saquon Barkley. He goes up the sideline, and the last effort at the goal line gets him over for the score. Lumberjacks up 14-7. Now Barkley going to Amari Cooper over the middle. 3rd and goal. Clean pocket, but Cooper drops that one in the end zone, so they're going to kick a field goal. 17-10. Later in the 3rd, that Pioneer rush. Davis Gaither gets to Jones. Later in the 3rd, 3rd and 17. Jones down the sideline, wide open. Darnell Mooney, busted coverage, leads to the score. So now Pioneers down 14. Josh Rosen pump fakes and then hits his tight end down the middle of the field. Will Disley near the goal line, 1st and goal. Javonte Williams up the gut. We got a 7-point game. Lumberjacks next drive. The kick to go up 10. No, it's wide left. So in the 4th we go. Lumberjack Max showing off the cannon. Darnell Mooney comes down with this one, fools the safety. And the Lumberjacks go up 2 scores. So Pioneers trying to desperately come back, but Josh Rosen throws intercepted by Buda Baker, and the Lumberjack lead just continues to grow, 38-17. Rosen again, still fighting. Will Disley catches this touchdown pass, so they're going to kick an onside kick, but even the onside is not enough. They don't get it anyways. Mooney catches it, and the Lumberjacks go on to win 38-24. Final score. The big return for Lumberjack Mac, 386 and 3 touchdowns. And finally, we've reached Monday Night Football. The Paris Voyagers versus the Sacramento Condors. Justin Fields for the Condors is taken off, taking flight, slides down at the 5. 2nd and goal. Fields throwing on the move. Pass caught by KJ Osborne. The Condors are going to get the ball back on 4th and 3. Pass complete to Brandon Ayuk, getting into the red zone, and then Condors on 1st and 10. They're throwing, pass complete, down to the 3, 3rd and goal from the 5. Fields, he wants to tuck it and run. Can he get in the end zone? Just short. So they're going to bust out the kicking game, 10-0. Now Sam Darnold to Zay Jones gets him in the red zone. Voyagers now at the 2. Austin Eckler takes the handoff and walks in for the score. 6-point game. The Voyagers punting this one away in the 3rd. McCole Hardman is back by the 30 to field this one, and he gets tremendous blocking, goes straight through the defense, and he's gone for a touchdown. Put on the afterburners, 21-7. Austin Eckler gets the handoff, and he goes up the sideline. Big run for the Voyagers. 3rd and 17, though. At the end of the 3rd, Darnold throws, and Mike Gesicki reaching out, gets over the goal line. So we have a 1-score game. Condors, they're driving. Mark Andrews moving the chains. Now Fields rolling left. Stops, thinks about running, and he gets there. This time he scores. Condors 28, Voyagers 14. Darnold now rolling out and throwing right. And he had a wide open receiver, but the ball was underthrown, intercepted by Jamal Adams. Yikes, they can't take him down at all. Just when you thought he was down, he makes it all the way near the opponent's 20, just goes up and grabs that one. Ran out of gas at the end, but the damage is done. 31-14, Condors win, while getting contributions from all 3 phases of the game. So after a wild Week 11, let's look at the players of the week. In the NFC side, we have Mac Jones, resurrected out of nowhere, 386, 3 touchdowns. Lumberjack defense as well. Buda Baker, 9 tackles, a pick that he ran back for a touchdown. Then on the AFC side, Josh Allen passed a little, ran a lot. 2 rushing touchdowns there. And then Logan Wilson, he caught that punt block for a touchdown and also had an interception. So big day for the Caps linebacker. Let's also check in on the MVP race. Dak was number 1 last week, still number 1 this week, followed by Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen at number 3, Justin Fields number 4, and Trevor Lawrence number 5. And now here's a look at why Dak is number 1 in the MVP race, leading the league in passing, 2,610 yards, 19 passing touchdowns on 72% completions, and that helps that the Black Knights have been winning a lot of games lately. Lamar Jackson second in passing, 9 less touchdowns though, and then third is Patrick Mahomes. Let's also look at the Offensive Player of the Year award in the NFC. Surprise, it's not Dak Prescott. His teammate Joe Mixon is currently at the number 1 spot. And top in the AFC for Offensive Player of the Year is Josh Allen from the Antlers, followed up by Stephon Diggs of the Blues. So a couple of old Bills there at the top of the list. And what about defense? The front runner for Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald from the Riverhogs at number 1, followed by a couple of Blues, DeForest Buckner and Greg Rousseau at 2 and 3. Roquan Smith looks like he's number 4, and Trevon Diggs at number 5. So a couple of the Diggses in the early runnings here. And on the NFC side, we have not 1, not 2, but 3 Elks at the top of the list. The teammates battling each other are Fred Warner, Matthew Judon, and Jeremiah Johnson. Elks have been playing ferocious defense all year long. Not really a surprise. And neither is the leading defensive rookie of the year, Will Anderson, the top 3 draft pick on the Bulls. He and Jackson Smith and Jigba, who scored a touchdown this week, are definitely been some of the leading rookies this year. We'll see how that plays out later down the road. But right now it's standings time, and in the AFC East, we have a close one. 6-3-1, the Orbits lead, but the Snowhawks, Caps, and Steamers are nipping at their heels. Snowhawks and Caps each have 6 wins, same as Orbits, and Steamers 5-5, just a game back. This one's going down to the wire. I'm excited to see how it turns out. Let's see if the Orbits can hang on with just 7 weeks to go. Now in the North, the Blues at 8-2 still lead the division even after the loss. Riverhogs lost, so they're 6-4. Antlers, Aviators, they both won this division suddenly a little closer than we had just a few weeks ago. In the AFC South, the Bison stand pat at 7-3. They're on a 3-game win streak. Armadillos, Dreadnots, they each won. They're both at 4-6. Oilers back to the losing ways. Houston's lost 3 straight. And in the AFC West, it's the Condors' division to lose, 8-2 after the win. Redwoods, they're 5-6 after the loss. Sentinels, losers of 3 straight games, once a seeming formidable opponent, now knocked down to 3rd place. And Pioneers, they lost again, so they're 2-8. Now to the NFC. The NFC East, the number 1 overall rank you can see in the left-hand side is the Dublin Shamrocks at 8-2. They're tied with the Condors and Blues with 8 wins. They're followed by the London Black Knights at 6-5. They crushed the Dragons yet again, who are in last place at 4-7. And right in between the two is the falling Voyagers. They were really getting hot there towards the middle of the season, but they've lost 2 straight and probably knocked themselves out of playoff contention for the time being. Now to the North, the Mounties, they lost. They're at 8-3. Thunderbirds continue their streak. 4 games in a row they've won. They're 7-3. Huskies 6-4 after starting 0-3. They look like a real power. And the Lumberjacks, they won surprisingly, but they're 2-9. They're out of it. Now from one of the best divisions in the North to one of the weakest in the South. The Desperados clinging to first place in that 4th seed at 5-5, followed by the Wizards and the formerly division-leading Nighthawks, losers of 3 straight in 3rd place and last place. Golden Eagles 3-7, have a little life with a 1-game win streak here, but they are last. Finally, in the NFC West, the Elks, despite their losses, still tops in the division at 7-3. The Bulls, they're chasing them, 2 straight wins. They're 5-5. Monarchs 3rd place at 4-7, a talented team that can't quite put it together. And then there's the Tigers, 3-7 with a surprising turnover-filled win over the Elks. So that about wraps it up for week number 11 in the Waffle. Thank you all for watching. No teams will be on a bye next week, so I'll see you for a jam-packed week number 12.